Alright. I'll just let it, the quality increase, so I'll let it buffer for a little bit. Yeah, okay, so this is the first time I'm viewing it. I'm unsure if I will enable this coaching session to be archived. I'm not sure, Jed. Okay. Alright, so... Alright, we'll just go, we've already basically discussed, so I'm not going to explain to the stream, like, what we've already discussed, so I'm just going to, like, jump in, I guess, if that's fine with you. Yes? Oh, the fuck? Okay. Alright, are you ready? I'm going to share screen on Skype.
Yes.
Alright, you see my screen?
It's loading, but yeah, there we go.
Okay, so everything's fine. Let me make sure that it says I'm dropping frames, but hopefully it's not too big of a deal. Alright. Full screen this. You still see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. So hopefully there's no picks and bends. Alright. So
No, it's basically right in the game.
Right. And I can control the speed, right? Oh no, I can't on this YouTube video. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
No, sometimes there's like an option where I can control the speed and stuff. So, alright, well the first thing is, it's just a generalized thing that I'm going to comment on, like I told you. You don't have any SmartCast keys on, which,
no.
it's not the worst, but it's something just like right off the bat that you could definitely work on. I don't know who you're laning against, but the spread's okay, I guess, by your team, but obviously Jarvan's going to take red, so he's going to take red, and then he's going to take your blue, right? So right off the bat, if he is going to come top to assist you, you have to expect that it's going to be between the 250 to the 305 vicinity mark, depending on how hard his leash is from Heimerdinger. Because Karma and Draven are at bot, so I don't know if Heimer's going to give him any sort of a leash at red. You should be standing in that brush up there, where, yep, okay, so you throw your thing into it. Mundo gets hit by a trap, that's all fine. So you're up against Mundo, and you opened Doran Shield. So I guess you're going to go tank Nidalee with red pot. Did you pick Nidalee into Mundo?
No, I was first pick, and I feel most comfortable playing Nidalee, so...
Okay. There's already mistakes. So, like, here, I'm gonna hit screen, I'm gonna screen cap that right now, but, so you do that. Okay, alright, I'm gonna screen cap this, and we're gonna go into Microsoft Paint. Okay? And you're standing here, right? And I'm gonna use blue, I guess, to draw. So, hopefully this is big enough. Okay, it is. So, you're standing here. Now, Mundo is auto-attack, and he's level 1, so he has the cleaver, right? And the cleaver's width is literally like the size of the line. So, because of all of this, right, you're Nidalee, you shouldn't be standing here. You should be standing in between these minions, right? And if Mundo comes down, you swing up, and you auto. If he throws a cleaver, you continuously move into him without auto-attacking unless you're able to get 2 auto-attacks off. Your base movement speed, right, if we delete everything, I believe... Okay, so that's him. He has 345 base movement speed. We go over... I don't know Nidalee's off the top of my head. Your base movement to 335. So you're roughly the same movement speed. So if he moves down here... Ooh, fuck. So if he moves down, right, to here, and you swing up, okay, he's going to throw a cleaver, and most likely it'll miss, right? So because it's going to miss, then that means that he has to then cycle back through the right, or he has to go down into the river. If he goes down into the river, you successfully won because you will have zoned him out of this minion, alright? So that means that the minion wave that we see coming up here, okay, which is going to arrive in about 15 seconds, it means that he's going to need 2 of the minions out of this in order to proc his level 2. So this is really big, because then that means that you're able to get your heal plus your spear, or you're able to, heal or your spare, okay? So having that, you can just kind of walk into him and trade against him, Doran Shield against Doran's Blade, as long as you're dodging his hooks and everything. So this is all stuff that's really important. You have to be paying attention to the minion wave and when it'll arrive, okay? And by zoning him out of that one minion, alright, and then having the positional advantage, because you would then be standing here roughly, where I just drew the circle, and he's standing down here, whatever. You can hit this minion, this minion, this minion. Your minions will continue to push, and then he's in an awkward angle, like I mentioned. So this is all movement mistake right now that you're doing. Like, you shouldn't be standing... If you're against AD casters, AD caster is someone that most of their damage comes from their abilities or, you know, a chain slow or something. Example of an AD caster is like Wukong or Darius or Garen or something. Like, they go in, they deal their damage, and then they run away. Mundo is similar to that, where he has to stick to you with his slows, and he has to hit you with his W and shit, and proc his E. So he's essentially an AD caster. When you're facing them like this, you always want to be looking for little niche and cranny things like this to highly abuse them and make them uncomfortable. So then if we go back into the video, you're just standing still, right? And you're staying behind the minions. You're playing this like he's ranged, and he's not. Like, okay, you just CS those 2 minions, and his cleaver is on cooldown right now, right? So he's going to hit this. That's going to be so obvious, right? He hits you, auto, and then you should have chased, because when he... We're going to rewind really quick. All
So
right.
basically had a window opportunity
You had a
to
window
just
of
harass.
opportunity to press for like 200 extra damage. Alright, and these minuscule things are what separate players mechanically in lane and enable you to crush lanes. So here, it's obvious he has to turn around here. His Q's on cooldown, okay? And he got 1 auto attack off, your wave is reinforcing, and these 2 minions are going to turn on him if he continues attacking you. And that doesn't seem like much, but at level 1, that actually is a lot of damage that you're taking from minions. Even if it's like really small, it's essentially an auto attack. So when he turns here, I'm going to screen cap this. I'm going to go into paint again. Okay? And he does this, you know, bullshit. You need to chase, auto, so you'll auto here, and then you'll auto here. You'll juke right behind this minion, because this minion will still be alive, and you'll auto from here, and he'll be standing here.
Alright.
Okay, that's 3 auto attacks of damage that you've just missed because of your movement. So this is an improper movement. And these are just things that you want to be speaking of. Now, his minions, okay, now it's important to notice Jarvan, right? And look at Jarvan's HP, okay? So if you're not going to press the F2 key to monitor him, which you can do, because the F keys are F1 is you, F2 is Jarvan, F3 is Draven, F4 Heimerdinger, F5 is Karma. So if you don't want to press that key to just look at him really quick, you can just look at his HP and his mana, right? And it'll tell you when he's going to clear blue. By knowing when he's going to clear blue, I expect that by the time he clears it, the minion wave is probably going to be around here. Okay? Like where I just drew that big cluster of shit. And you can tell Jarvan that there's no ward, because Mundo's never come over here. Right? So that would be perfect gank timing, because the lane would be set up for a gank. He could come in from this angle, or he could, you know, come in from the back around. But in the same respect, this jungler probably doesn't know that red's gone. So this jungler is going to go like boom, 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 and then probably go to red or something. So you don't have to be worrying about any ganks, especially not with how the lanes are playing out. Mundo's playing this way too aggressively for his jungler to have wanted to come top. So like Mundo's movements, you don't have to worry about anything. Although I don't know who the jungler is, because there was no loading game screen.
Yeah.
But hopefully that'll make sense. Right, so...
It's Evelyn if I get it top of my head, so...
Okay, that one. Alright. That's important. All junglers have different clear times, so... Alright, we're gonna hit play again. And like, you see this, you're letting him get away with too many auto attacks on minions. This shouldn't be happening. Your minions are like... I've already like gone over it. They're just... They should be meat shields. He shouldn't be getting away with this. He's getting way too much free like, his HP bar should be at like 3 bars.
I see. So it's basically I misplay a lot of the positioning of getting free harass.
Alright, now, Mundo, like right here you're missing harass, because there's no reason to be hitting the minions when their HP's so high, especially when Jarvan is showing that he's not going to elect to come to top lane, right?
Yeah.
Now the other thing is, you see a kill goes off down at bot, and you look at the HP, and you notice Karma's at full, you notice Draven's, you know, he's still pretty okay. It's not like he was one shot from death. So what this means is that bot was overextending, and also judging by that red that you see on the map, the minions were pushing. So it was a misplay by bot, not that Evelyn's anywhere nearby or anything for bot lane. Then at the same time, we see Evelyn come up in mid lane, Jarvan's going to Wraiths, and then if you look, Cassiopeia and Evelyn probably can't get a kill on Heimerdinger, because his HP and stuff is too high, right? You should assume that he has turrets. So this is a huge window of opportunity to just press on Mundo. Because his cleaver, even if it hits you, he has to line up a cleaver. If he, alright, view it like this. If he has a shot to hit you with cleaver, then you have a shot to hit him with spear, even though you elected to get HP. There's no reason to get HP right now, though, because you have Doran's shield versus a freezing lane. So the sustain from Doran's Blade, you have Doran's Blade against this freezing lane. So you can just auto-attack forever, because Mundo actually shouldn't be able to hit you, right? If you're playing it right. He shouldn't be able to connect anything off on you, because that's just how the matchup goes. It's a ranged... it would be like Teemo against Mundo, or, you know, a ranged top against Mundo. So because of this, getting E level 2 is like a grievous mistake in this situation, just because of how the matchup works, especially because you're blue side Nidalee. If you freeze that lane in front of a tower, he can't really do anything against it, especially because of the opening. So he should fall really far behind. You should get like maybe a 30 to 40% CS advantage. But anyways, we're gonna hit play. You throw down trap and you poke, and his HP. Now you get him to pot, right? He just warded. I'm gonna give you like 5 seconds in game time. Okay, you didn't say it. He dropped the ward. Just type in chat. You add 60 seconds to it, and just say ward and ping it.
All right.
It's a really minute detail, but it helps
Makes
your
a lot
jungler.
of difference.
It helps your jungler. It helps you. It helps anyone that tries to roam to your lane. Yeah.
So basically, just any information you get.
Right.
Pretty much.
And a mechanical thing, I'll pause if you want to do it, is your right enter key on the right side of your keyboard. You know what I'm talking about? Pull your mouse over and tap it with your thumb, and with your left hand, just type in the numbers and re-hit enter. So your mouse and everything is never actually leaving play. You know what I mean? So you don't have to take your mouse. You don't have to take your hand off anything. That's like a little minute, you know, mechanical thing. It's solo queue dependent. You wouldn't ever do that in a rank 5s or anything. So okay, I'm gonna hit play again. His HP should be much lower than it is right now. So anyways, have you noticed something about his... Alright, so his movements is he's starting to get much more afraid, right? He's out of the mana pot. He's starting to have to CS with his cleaver. Everything's, you know, whatever. You shove the lane, it's really possible that Evelyn could be coming up, right? So your ward isn't really that...
How about...
Right, well, that ward isn't even effective. What you need to do with your ward, because we're against Evelyn, right? So I'm going to print screen, go into paint. Alright, and the ward... Alright, so when you go to ward this area, this doesn't really do anything. The way that you ward against Evelyn, right, is you would ward in spots that her W would be showing her. So either you ward here, with the bush in red, okay?
Yeah.
You ward here, the bush behind red, okay? Or you can ward here, towards the golem. It's one of these 3 bushes you can ward in top lane. Because these are things that Evelyn would come in, you know, with her W with. Alternatively, you could also possibly ward here, like this brush. Even though it's a green ward, Evelyn might use W if she's coming in from this region, or if she fails a gank in mid and she wants to just come up through river, she might use her W there. But this ward, like, where you just placed it in the tri-bush, it doesn't work against Evelyn. It doesn't make any sense. So it's effectively a waste of a ward. You would rather probably just actually keep it in the event that Mundo tries to do some bush jukes in a, you know, in a kill situation, and you just pop the ward into the bush to gain vision.
Okay.
Alright.
I see.
Alright.
So basically just ward a little bit deeper in case of an Evelyn.
Right.
To gain the distance, basically.
Right. You see enemy has been slain again. Evelyn shows up at bottom. So when Evelyn shows up at bottom, you have free reign over this Mundo. Okay? Another thing is that you should check if you can. Now, you don't have to right now, but Evelyn's still present on the map, right?
Yeah.
We see her about to cross dragon. I don't know if that's a pink ward or not. What you need to do is there's no pressure on you right now, right? Just left click on that minimap, view her HP and her mana. Because it's going to tell you if she has any sort of capability to, like, go to wolves and then come top or something. It tells you if she can gank mid. It tells you a lot. Now, Jarvan is showing that he wants to come top. Sort of. I don't really know if this is a mid-ganking pattern that he's going to try to do from river, but it really wouldn't make any sense. But it doesn't make sense for him to come top, and I'll explain why. Because if Jarvan comes top right now, you know, with the location that he's trying to come from... Oh, shit. Apparently that did not cap. Okay, here it is. So if Jarvan tries to come top...
Yeah.
Right? And he comes from right here. This minion wave is going to hit the tower by the time Jarvan hits Tribush. Right? So if that happens, there's this wave, you know what I mean? And it's just going to be like right here. It's going to be frozen. Everything's just going to be clustered like right here. There's no gank opportunity on Mundo right here. So I don't really know why Jarvan's coming top. He may be thinking that Evelyn is going to try to go mid, and Jarvan's going to go to try, and he's going to hit Golem, and then let your lane shove. In which case, by the time he finishes Golems and Evelyn would have finished up in mid, this lane would be about here.
I see.
Okay? And these are just minion timings that, like, you can learn in single player and stuff, like, based on, like, how lanes and stuff will shove. So that might be Jarvan's thought path. But it's always important, in between auto attacks, to look at the minimap. Just get into the habit of doing it, like, every second or something.
Yeah.
Alright? Alright, so, hit play.
I do realize now that when we watch the replay, I could have probably just poked the tower right there.
Right. He missed his cleaver, you should have gone in and autoed him. Now, one thing you're not doing is you're not dancing. And dancing's important for a lot of reasons. If you were dancing, like, right now, like, it still doesn't even make sense. Like, you have so many autos on him right now. What the fuck? He's dead! He's dead, he's dead, he's dead, he's dead! Okay, you know what? Alright, we're rewinding this.
Yeah.
He's dead. Alright, so I'm gonna go through this step by step. Okay, so here, right? You're not dancing. And what I mean by dancing is... So, okay, get this, get that. Okay, you need to be right here. Because like I said, stay in the minions. He's not level 6, he's level 4. He can't chase you. If he misses his hook, he's done. He's done CSing. If he tries to hit a hook on you, I mean a cleaver. If he tries to hit you with a cleaver and he misses, he's done CSing. You've denied him 3 CS, right? So what you need to do is you need to be standing here, okay? Clicking here, 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 here. And what it does is, technically you're standing still, right? Because you're initiating all the clips, like, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So you're remaining still. But what happens is Mundo is trying to move and manipulate a situation which is favorable for him. But by doing so against your dancing, he potentially risks messing up. And what I mean by that is right here, he would be safe from you right here, right? Because you can't really do anything. But if in his movements he suddenly steps right here, you want to have already been accelerating back to here or be frozen here so that you can step forward, auto, and then back off. Okay? That technique's just called dancing. You just want to be in constant movement back and forth right here, in a safe zone. Because there's no way Evelyn can pressure you. Evelyn's over here, right? Evelyn just died.
Oh, she just died, yeah.
She just died. Mid's right here. There's no help coming. You should just be fucking him right here. Like, you just want to make him feel as uncomfortable as possible. This is all about crushing your lane. You just want to make him feel really uncomfortable, you want to make him rage at his jungler, and you want to make his whole fucking team blame him. Like, that is the whole point about winning your lane. So, you know, if you induce rage at lower elos, it does cause the enemy team to play worse. You know what I mean? You don't want top and jungle, like, fighting against each other. So what you do is you make them psychologically uncomfortable, because when a player's under pressure, they tend to crack. You know what I mean? So when you're doing you're doing stuff like this, and he would just crack just by the pressure. He would want to hit you with the cleaver, but he can't. And it doesn't, it doesn't take much out of you to just stand in between the minions consistently. It's like playing paintball or something. I'm just gonna use a paintball analogy. And if you have like a tree in front of you, right? And if the person tries to shoot you, he would normally hit the tree, but the person's like shorter range than you. You would of course just stand in between the trees. You know what I mean? Like, it's just general warfare. This has nothing to do with League of Legends. So, it's just a basic principle. So, we'll go back to playing, and I'll go through how you have a kill. Oop, fuck, sorry. Okay. So here. Auto. Minions are on you. Okay. Right here. That I'm paused at, okay? Oop, sorry. Okay, so, auto attack, right? He's gonna get trapped on this minion that he's about to kill, whatever. You're gonna move here, in between the auto. Now, see, you're clicking here. This is a mistake, because he's moving here. So you need to click in this vicinity. You just need to chase. This click is wrong. This is affecting your direct input command. Everyone, if you've watched me stream, they're like, oh no, you're just spamming. No, this is fucking direct input. So what you need to be doing is you need to click endlessly in the same exact direction as him, so that your character, even if it's only a centimeters sometimes make the difference. What's the difference between this line and this line? It's tower range. That looks like it's fucking important to me, So why isn't 1 centimeter important in every situation? So anyways, direct input, don't let anyone ever tell you it's wrong. You need to just be clicking here. Like, this click is wrong. This is actually wrong. This may actually affect if you're able to kill him or not. It doesn't, because I know, you know, we went a little bit ahead and I saw the kill. So you attack, you move here, attack, move again. You just keep clicking forward. But when I say like this line right here, okay, these are your attack lines. This is where your character will remain still. You're gonna move here, attack, and by the time you're here, he's gonna be moving up through these minions. Now he can't move here because these minions will remain stationary, right? You can see this 15 seconds in advance. This is foresight. So when you've done this situation, you know, 100 times in a row, now you've developed the same muscle memory and the same pattern that Korean pro gamers, or pro gamers in general, have developed, and you know this is a kill. Like, you should be able, you know, once you do this 100 times or whatever, you're able to know that this is a kill. It's already game over. Now he has flash up, so you have to anticipate the flash. So when you auto here, his HP bar drops to this, okay, roughly.
Yeah.
All right. When you auto here, the second line, it would normally drop to about this line. Okay, so he would have about that remaining. So when you get here, this third line, he's gonna flash upwards, right? And you're gonna be standing here. Now look at your HP. Okay, you have E up. At the second auto attack, you're gonna cast E. Okay? You're going to flash forward to this minion to anticipate his flash here. Okay? You're going to throw spear, ignite, auto, all in one motion. And he will die, and you will get out with about, I don't know, 200 HP remaining. Okay? The minion's aggro will chase you back to brush, and you'll finish with about 150. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, you can. I mean, this is all being recorded, so like you can go back and like listen to this again. You can see all these lines and shit. But basically, this is all making sense, right? If not, I can like try to explain.
Just taking it in all in.
Yeah. Okay. So you have to like see all this. Now we're gonna hit play again, and he makes another mistake. Now you have his avatar selected, right? Fucking YouTube. It says PC record. I can't see his HP. Alright, you see this? That's about 200 HP, right?
Yeah.
Ignite
exactly.
right now, Ignite is dealing, what, 110? 120?
Yeah.
Okay. What's his armor value? I can't fucking see his armor. God damn it, YouTube.
It's about 42.
42. Okay, so 42. Your auto attack is 89. Right? So if you do the math, you only need 2 autos attack, plus Ignite, and you have Spear up. So when you're standing in this position, why are you clicking backwards? You see this click right here? Like, you're clicking back. Alright? Like, what is this? Hold on, sorry. This doesn't make any sense. Why? Click here.
I have no idea.
Right? Flash, auto, ignite, spear. Now, because he's not, like, trained or whatever, right? His natural human response will be to flash away. So what you do is, let me just erase all these lines. Okay. What you do, okay, you walk here. You flash here, auto, ignite. Now, his flash vicinity is going to be somewhere over here. Now, I'm going to change the color. Okay, so that I'm going to change the colors of the line. His flash vicinity is somewhere in here, right? So if you flash here to the blue, okay, and you hit auto, ignite. Now, if you want to guarantee a kill, what region, if we're using a cone, is he most likely to flash to if we are to throw our spear? The vicinity is about this. Oh, I understand. Right. Okay, so the vicinity is about this. So what does that mean? It means that your line wants to be somewhere in the middle. Okay, and then the hitbox will make up for the added room. This is all geometry right here. Okay? He can't escape this. Now, if he's a trained player, if you're like going up against a Diamond 1 or something, okay, you're gonna flash, he's gonna flash like here. This green line.
Yeah.
Alright, and that's gonna fuck with you. Because you're like, well, why did he do that, right? And as he flashes, he's gonna throw a cleaver down. At the same time he flashes, you're gonna go boom, boom, boom. Everything's gonna go off at once. Will your spear hit his cleaver? Because if you miss the cleaver, he's gonna also cast Ignite before he ticks on his death, and then you're gonna die to the slow in the turret. So that would be like high level. But from what we already saw, you know, back in the past, he fucked up here. Like where I just drew the green line behind the minions.
Yeah.
Scarlet's asking what league you are.
I'm playing Gold 3.
Gold 3. Alright, so anyways, let's hit play again. So he's dead right there! No! If he hit you with the spear, you can hit him with the spear. If he hit you with the cleaver, you can hit him with the spear. Always remember that. Your spear is longer range. And it also has a bigger hitbox. Okay? That's just something to consider. Strictly for Nidalee versus Mundo.
Yeah, that's one thing I really need to work on is map awareness, because like I think all game long I was afraid of Evelyn hitting ganking me.
Okay.
So.
Alright. Well, I've explained thus far why Evelyn can't gank you.
Yeah.
Right? But just based on how he was playing the lane, how he was moving, how he was controlling it, and how the other lanes were going. That's something that's really important. How the other lanes are going can also affect how the enemy jungler can come to your lane. That's why a lot of people ask me why I spam my F keys. And it's because I want to see if how the minions are pushing, the minions' HP. You know what I mean? So because if I were to F key to Draven right now, right? And I notice that all the red minions are about to die, that means the lane's going to shove. And that means that even though Draven is right, you know, let me go into Microsoft Paint again. Even though Draven is right here on the map, right? If all the lane's about to shove, then that means Draven's going to end up there. He's going to move up about like half an inch on the minimap. That's a really big thing, because that's a lot of, you know, room for opportunity for Evelyn. Because now this little close nook and cranny coming from River hugging the top of the wall wasn't possible before, but now it is, because he's up about half a centimeter. That's why I spam F keys to monitor minions' HP, because you can't monitor that on the left side of the screen.
Damn.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, anyways, here's something that you're not doing right now. Okay, so Mundo left lane approximately 5 seconds ago, right? About. So add 3 seconds to the in-game clock, that's his recall timer. He was basically at no HP. That means it's going to take him about 10 seconds to leave the fountain and proceed back to lane. Barring if he gets boots or not, which he probably won't because he's bad and he doesn't believe in dodging, you know, an acceleration, you know, being needed against, plug it in, plug it in. Plug it in, plug it in, the laptop will die. Plug it in, it's in back. Sorry.
No problem.
Okay. Because of that, you have to add all of this up. So you have about a 25-second window until Mundo gets back. Based on characters' movement speeds, this is something you could do in single player. You can go into single player and you can monitor what it takes, a 335, 345, 355, 365, you know, increase in increments, what it takes them to get from fountain to X turret, tier 1 turret, tier 2 turret, tier 3 turret. You know, if they have home guard or not, you know, depending on whatever. And when you do that, you can know when he's going to get back to lane. So, okay, he's already been out of the lane for a little while, right? So you need to spam this wave and go back, right? But you're not spamming the wave because your Q's still up, your trap's still up. It doesn't make any sense. Just spam the wave and get back because you want to arrive around the same time as him, and you want these minions to be dead in tower. That way you're not just up a wave, okay? You're up roughly about 80 gold of minions, and you're up about 300 experience, which is a really big thing, because that means that you could proc, well, you're certainly going to proc 6 before him, but it means that you can proc 7 before him, which means that if you're like 6 and 4/5 of the way to 7, you could go for a fight on him and rely on the level up that you would grant from minions to proc extra added HP for you, which is really big. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn.
So now you're staying around for this wave, but it doesn't make sense because right now at 5:32, okay, I'm just pausing. I'm going to tell you where Mundo is. Alright, so let me go into paint. Oh my god. This is 5:32, right? Did I get the right fucking... I don't know if I got the right screen. This is 5:32?
I'll get the point.
Okay. Mundo at 5:32 is, I think I moved the fucking... Okay, so on the minimap, he's right about here. Okay, do you see that on my screen? Okay.
Yes.
And this is just based on movement speed. Alright, so Mundo is probably going to be coming back in division. Oh, you just alt-tabbed. So he should be approaching tower, like, right now. If he's not, then I don't know what the hell's going on. Should be with this menu. Yeah, okay. So, now he's going to come back. He Do you get it? Do you get away with that? Oh my god, wow. I'm surprised you
Yeah.
didn't throw a cleaver into the bush. So, okay. So you went Vamp Scepter. And you went for a longsword and a pot. Now, did you tab to see what he bought?
Not
Okay.
sure. I don't think so.
Well,
We can go ahead and check.
boots. He got boots, and he got Ruby Sapphire with 2 red pots. Now, he didn't buy a ward, okay? And I didn't see you tell your jungler, top no ward. That's really, really big. So the fact that he didn't get a ward, now he just dropped a ward, right, about 3 seconds ago in game time. So you would just type in chat 931 ward, because he drops it at 631, right? Or I'm sorry, it would be 60 seconds because he's not level 9 yet. Okay, so you would just add 60 seconds to that. So you would say 731 ward. So this lane's pushing, and now obviously he's gonna try to poke you with cleavers and stuff. So you turn into cat form, that's fine. You don't want to CS this. This is a mistake. This is a mistake. Okay, so we go into paint. Oop. Okay. Print screen, paint. Okay. Ooh, sorry. Okay. Now, the reason that you don't want to CS this, right, is because if you slowly CS, if you learn how to do it with Nidalee, it's auto attack, tower hits, auto attack. But because you're going 80 Nidalee, it's just tower attack, auto attack. Right? It's just like playing with an AD champion. So because of that, you just want to stand back here, right? And you want to dance this way, because Mundo is going to be walking this way. He's going to be walking left to right, looking for a cleaver opportunity. So you want to dance like vertically. And the reason that I say that is because if he's standing here and he tries to throw a cleaver down this way, you just dodge behind this minion. Bang.
Okay.
All right? And by doing that, you're CSing as slow as possible, and the next minion wave, which is going to be coming, all right, which it hasn't, released yet, this minion wave is going to shove to about here, a little bit where behind Mundo is, right? And then by the time the next minion wave arrives, it'll push back again, and Mundo's frozen at this tower, right? And he doesn't want to be in that position against Nidalee, because it's 80 caster against ranged, and you don't want to have that going on. And then, because Jarvan, if you had typed to him, knows this ends at 731, he would be able to comfortably complete red, possibly go to golems, and then come around for a gank, and Mundo would be fucked because Jarvan's ultimate. At the very worst, you would trade Jarvan's ultimate for Mundo's flash. Because Jarvan is gonna proc 6 off completing. So, this is all, like, really important stuff to just keep an eye on. Alright?
Yeah.
So... Alright, so he missed a cleaver, you went into poke, you danced a little bit correctly. Now, okay, kill went off at bottom. What's the first thing that you notice? Just on your screen alone.
Jarvan's is red, I guess.
Jarvan's at red, what else do you notice? What's on the screen? What information is on your screen? Evelyn is bot lane, because we see the assist. Even though we can't actually see her avatar at bot, we see the assist, so we know that she's there. Alright. Now, Mundo's backing off, he comes in for a CS, you jump on him, you claw him, you dodge the hook. You dodge the hook, why didn't you just go in? Should have gone in. Yeah, see, like that. Pounce on him. Cast Ignite. Ignite. Dead, right? He's dead. You didn't need the flash. You didn't need the flash. You did not need the flash there.
Reminded myself that later.
Okay. So Jarvan killed it. Shove this lane. Shove it. All your spells. Like, use all your Cougar form spells. Turn into human. Spear, trap. Fucking heal a minion if you have to. Turn back into Cougar form. Just shove, 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 shove. And while you're shoving, tab. Because Mundo's about to res in, what, about 5 seconds? Okay, and he has boots now. So you add 345 plus 25 movement speed. He's at 370. 300 movement speed. 370 movement speed. He'll get back to lane in about 14 seconds in game time. Okay? So you're going to shove the slave, so you're essentially proxying it, but you could also try to maybe get golems, because then he has to make a choice about either harassing you. Yeah, so here he is.
I really need to smart cast when I watch this. It's cringeworthy.
Okay. Alright, see, you don't need to do that. Now, you notice how he was moving back and forth when you threw the spear?
Yeah,
notice that, right?
exactly.
He has that warded. So now you know that there is a ward there that's not just the 60-second ward. How would that be possible? Evelyn, somehow. Right? So that's warded there somehow. Somehow there is a ward there. Well, when did Evelyn have an opportunity to ward that for him? Doesn't make any sense. It certainly wasn't Mundo. This is the first time Mundo came back to lane. His ward died at 741. Evelyn was just bought about a minute ago, but she hasn't been top since. Any ward that she would have bought prior to that would have died off by now, given the time that she showed up in mid lane and bot lane, and the fact that she had to control blue buff. Look at how Mundo's moving. Guess who's top right now? Evelyn is top. Evelyn's top. You need to just get back to tower. Evelyn's top. She's top. And there's Evelyn. Don't die to this. This was so obvious. It was so obvious she was top. You lived. Do you kill Evelyn? You're so handsome, but you should have lived. She was top. And that was so easy to read in 1,000 different ways. Through the stuff that I just listed.
Yeah.
So just remember that for next time, basically. Huh? I know, but it's recorded. It can be looked back on. Yeah. Okay. So right now, also, never buy items while dead. Always wait until you res. Because if you buy items while dead, it comes up in the tab screen for all players. You don't want to know that, like, you don't want to give away to Mundo that you're going straight into Bilgewater Cutlass or whatever. You know what I mean? Like...
Yeah. As long as your corpse on the field,
right,
they...
Right.
Yeah.
As long as your corpse is on the field. You also should have waited for one red pot, because a red pot, in a trade, in an extended trade, even if you only get half of its utility out in a big fight, without factoring in Ignite, it's still 75 HP, which is essentially an auto attack. So you always want to get a potion when you're back. Alright. So I'll watch a little bit more of your lane phase, and then I'll skip ahead. Because I told you I don't want to go, like, super minuscule in-depth for every little thing.
Yeah. I feel like you've given me good information on what I can improve on, so...
See the double kill go down at bot. See the triple kill go down at bot. Now, what this basically means is Heimerdinger, okay, needs to shove that lane, but now we know that he can't because Cassiopeia shows back up, and judging by how she came back in, she just got blue buff, but that's a really late blue buff. They're going to cap drag right now, and even though you don't have any vision on it, okay, just add about 15 seconds to the timer and just say that's dragon. So you're looking at like 615, 620 drag, and you should just type that in chat. Now, you don't have Ignite, so you have two options. You get him low enough to use his ultimate, and then try to manipulate the lane so that Jarvan can come for a kill. Or, are you outright fighting this? This is really weird. No, you had him dead, but that's why I was like, why isn't he trying to kite?
Oh, should have used the Cutlass.
Yeah, you had him dead. You still, you have him dead as soon as Ignite's up. I would go into the bush and make him have to endlessly throw his cleavers, dodge the cleavers, he loses HP because of the passive. If he doesn't hit the cleaver, he misses HP. And then use that, stay in cat form, leap at him, cast Ignite, change into human form, auto, and I think you would die. You don't actually have to hit any spells. You just have to use the Cougar form to get the leap off, get off 2 auto attacks in your human form, and Ignite. And I'm pretty sure he would have died when factoring in like the missed cleavers. Alright, so you got top for Dragon. That's a standardized thing. If at any point your team cannot contest Dragon, always just get top. Because the goal difference isn't that much, except as the game scales longer and longer, the top is obviously more important than the Dragon. But in the right now factor, it's definitely more important to get Dragon. Because then it means the other team can't contest it or even get it for the next 6 minutes. So I'm gonna skip ahead again. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit, just seeing how we're doing on time. And remember, I told you, like, don't worry about if we go over by a little bit. So anyways, just skip ahead. I'm just gonna, like, browse and see what's going on. So you have Blade of the Ruined King. You seem to have gotten 2 kills, somehow? Or you got a kill? Trying to see. So you got Blade of the Ruined King, 2 kills went down. Okay, so now I'm just gonna talk about something because there was a double kill that just occurred. Okay, so a double kill just occurred in bot lane. Alright, Heimerdinger is shoving mid, Jarvan's mid, Mundo showed up at top, as we can see by this blimp on the minimap, right? And what you want to do now is you just got Blade of the Ruined King, you want to just get your tier 2 boots.
Okay.
And you want to get a red pot. And the reason that I say you want to get a red pot is because Evelyn, Cassiopeia, Mundo, etc., they're all periodic damage, in the sense that Evelyn, her hate spikes or whatever, Mundo has to chain cleavers to you and stuff. The red pot will enable you to survive through sustain, while also providing tankiness for your team in the right now. Like right now they have Leona down and they have Varus down, right? And the
Yeah.
death timers right now is what? It's like 20 seconds or like 25 seconds. So you have a timing window in mid. Now, you want to abuse that timing window in mid because the minion wave, okay, is shoving, right? So you want to effectively get back to that lane as fast as possible whilst also having some sort of tankiness to you. So you get a red pot. Not only will it increase your damage output because you're AD Nidalee, it'll also increase your tankiness because of the HP that it grants, but it'll allow you to contest and have safety against ignites and stuff. So it's really important.
Okay. Yeah, this was an awkward choice for me.
Morello Nomicon isn't bad if you were going to go AP Nidalee. But what the hell? What are you getting? Okay.
Yeah, I got no comment on that.
Yeah, I can save. Okay.
Basically, my idea was just to keep on punishing Mundo so he wouldn't heal.
Alright, well. Okay, so you didn't go mid. This is the first mistake. You didn't go mid. When both the other towers are down, everyone swings mid. Why does everyone swing mid? Alright, you would probably see this a lot in pro games and stuff. The reason that everyone swings mid is because now it takes the pressure off top lane, it takes the pressure off bot lane. So if, say, top lane is going even, both top towers are alive. Say mid lane's going even, both mid towers are alive. But bot lane, your bot lane gets the tower first, right? So now, what your bot lane wants to do is shove the lane to tower, and then everyone go mid. Now, what happens if the enemy bot lane wants to capture your bot lane? They would then lose mid lane, right? And they would be playing catch-up forever. So they're forced into this predicament where now everyone has to rotate mid, but by doing so, they concede the fact that they cannot currently get bot tower. What does not having bot tower do? It gives your team an insane advantage inside of dragon fights because it creates more room for your team to, you know, concave, engage, you know, spread out and fall back through even their jungle because they no longer have. It also gives you a lot more room to chase and stuff. So that, you know, that's the reason that it doesn't make sense to go top right now. But because you elected to go top, okay, I'm going to show you how far you have to push to. All right. And this is if you're doing like a split push style or something like that because you're AD. All right. So you're going to clear this wave out. All right. And you have to push the wave to here. And then you have to rotate down to red, clear it, trap this bush, come in through mid, and probably someone will show up at that time. Alright, so that has to be your path, because you've elected to take top. Without taking this path, okay, if you shove here, and you shove to here, and then go in through this, okay, top lane's going to reshove, and then it's going to be stuck at the same spot as if you were to have just came to it. So you would have just been basically wasting time. And the reason that I say that it's wasting time is because getting 2 waves of CS does not grant you a core item or a part of a core item. So it actually just isn't beneficial. You're wasting time on the map. That's why there was a league caster in the LCS that mentioned how there's junglers that don't waste time. And an example of wasting time as a jungler is you're like jungling and you go to gank top lane and then you notice that the gank won't work, but then the enemy jungler shows up top. So initially you turned around, but then you turn back and you head back to top lane. You just wasted 10 seconds. You see how that works?
Yeah.
So by doing this CSing, you're only getting 200 gold. 200 gold doesn't matter to you right now, because the lane is just going to reset if you choose to do the second path. If you choose to do the first path, it's not as bad, and it does create some pressure because Varus and Leona are probably going to shove to here and then rotate up through mid, and they're going to be a little bit late. You're going to arrive to the party in mid a little bit sooner, but Heimerdinger's recalling. So by the time Heimerdinger's recall is complete, you're probably going to be around here, where I'm drawing this big ball.
Yeah.
And then by the time Heimer gets back to mid, you would be at Wraiths throwing the trap down.
Yeah, it's a lot to sink in, but yeah.
No, I know. It's all recorded. It's all recorded, man.
Yeah, because I feel that's also a hard decision to do when you're playing. You know, should I go back lane or should I go mid? But it's,
always just okay. Well, layman's terms, just flat out layman term, ignoring everything I just said. If your towers, if you won your tower, go mid. That's it.
Basically
ignore
just
every fucking specific detail I just said. Just go mid. That is the layman terms of it.
All right.
All right. So, all right, we're gonna go back to hitting play. What the fuck? Where did it go? Moya. Okay. Okay, so Evelyn blows her flash. And if you wanted to actually be even more serious, you know, to help out your Elo, because you're not at that Elo yet where everyone knows basic things, just type in chat Evelyn's flash timer.
Okay.
Okay, so it's 6 minutes, because we know that she's not probably running the utility spells to reduce cooldown, so... I'm sorry, 5 minutes. Yeah. So you get the golems, like I said, but now you're going the wrong way. But that's fine, whatever. It's always also important to know the timers, like blue's going to be up for them at 17:15, roughly. 17:15 to 17:30. Okay, so he missed a spear. Why didn't you throw the spear into him? Okay. Nice. See that poke that you just did? You should have been doing that in lane, where you just turn on him.
Yeah.
So
I guess it's kind of just...
Bot lane shoving. Jarvan's at red. Okay, he turns on ult, so Evelyn's around, obviously. Or Cassiopeia. Even fucking worse. Oh, she got the slow. It's okay to flash here. Jesus. Everyone really wanted you. Right now, you need to be spam pinging mid. Okay, Jarvan's gonna probably help and get the kill, maybe, on Draven or Leona. I don't know, I can't see their HPs. But Heimerdinger should get mid for this. Okay, so Varus goes down. Jarvan's gonna get Leona. And now you just need to hold. Now, Evelyn and Cassiopeia... Okay, they're about to show up in mid now 5 seconds after disappearing. So, 3, 2, 1... And they... Okay, there. So you need to shove this wave. Now, you know that Cassiopeia and Evelyn are mid, because you just saw Evelyn pop up on the minimap. Mundo doesn't have ult. Just go. Just go. He doesn't have ult. No, he doesn't have ult. No! God! Alright, that was a mistake.
Yeah.
Alright? We know it's a mistake, because Mundo's ult is on cooldown. He doesn't actually have CDR. You should have just jumped on him. It would have been an easy...
I should have gone ham.
Right. He made a mistake when he went to auto you. Okay,
Yeah,
now,
actually...
right now, remember what I said, like, 10 minutes ago? Dragon would be up at, like, 1620?
Yeah.
It just came up. Well, it came up, you know, it came up a little while ago. But you have to be aware of that, because you were shoving back the lane. Now you're going to get top tower. And then, after getting top tower, depending on what goes on right here, now, you get top, Mundo's staying top. Okay, so Heimerdinger goes down to Varus. Heimerdinger did get Evelyn, so now they don't have Smite. He activated his ult. You should just instantaneously cast Ignite. Because Ignite reduces healing effects. Remember that. That's something that a lot of fucking people forget. It reduces healing effects. So just cast it to counteract his ult, and then jump on him. But you didn't do that. Don't use Ignite always to get a kill. Sometimes there's instances where you use it just to pressure the lane. Faker became really popular for a thing that he did on Riven. In mid lane, where level 2, he would get the fast level up with Red Elixir. He'd go all in at you, level 2, even using Flash and Ignite, not to kill you, but to force you to recall level 2. That way, when you come back level 4, Faker has all Riven skills available.
So basically, you can just use it to gain any kind of advantage.
He's gaining a big advantage, and by having a 2-level advantage on you by the time you get back to lane, he also is up about 200 HP, which is greater than the damage that Ignite can do. So it doesn't matter if you have Ignite and he doesn't.
Okay.
So you have to think about, you know, really bizarre advantages that Ignite can grant you. It's not always about the kill. Sometimes you cast Ignite for fear. Sometimes you cast it to, you know, play psychological games. You know, whatever. So you guys get Dragon. So now someone should type in chat, you know, 2417. Now, you shove this lane. You have a ward. You know, Mundo's not up here. Okay. Cassiopeia shows up mid, a ping goes down on Dragon. It looks like someone's going to go down and get Karma and Draven. So you should, like, be sort of somehow commanding, like, your team to, like, do something, because this is all a mistake. Like, Draven Karma should not still be bottom. You should tell them to rotate mid. You have both tier 2 towers down. It doesn't make sense for you to still be in top. I mean, you have both, top 2 tier 2 towers down. So it doesn't make sense for you to be in top right now. Oh, you got him, right? Nice. Good, 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 good. Let's turn on Evelyn here. Dodge the hate spikes. Walk through the minions. And you die. Okay.
I guess it's just a heroic attempt.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the part where we pause.
Okay. So what happens is here, That actually, it wasn't so bad. You can die, but if you're gonna die, let me explain how to die. Okay, so when oh fuck, sorry, I'm so sorry. Hold on.
No problem.
Go back a little bit. Okay, so here, right? Let me just get a better angle. Okay, print screen, go into paint. Alright, so Evelyn's here. Okay, Cassiopeia's here. Alright, what are you worth in terms of gold if Cassiopeia gets an assist and Evelyn gets a kill?
She gets the killing spree, basically.
Okay, she gets the killing spree and Cassiopeia gets half. So how much gold is that?
I don't know, top of my head.
God damn it. It's about 700, roughly. 750? Are you on a 4? Are you on a 4-person killing spree? No, you're not on a 4, you're on a 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you know, she gets the kill down bonus. Is that bonus greater than 790?
My killing spree bonus? Or?
Yeah, is your killing spree bonus with the assist on Cassiopeia greater than mid-tower? Not 790. God, I'm like mixing up dragon.
In the terms of gold?
In the terms of gold. Is it?
Well, no. Since we're 5 teammates, this basically adds up to.
Right. Since it's 5 teammates, it's global gold. So what do here? You go up, you fight her here, and then you pull her to the very, very top of the map. You go up against the trees. And what that does is Cassiopeia is the reason that she kills you, right? So Cassiopeia now is forced to come up to the trees too. By doing so, Heimerdinger gets mid, he shoves to tier 2, he can rotate, get wolves, and then he can flank on Varus and Leona.
So I could basically
just because of your movement. Right, it's just because of how you're moving. Right, you buy a shitload of time. You effectively buy your team like 20 seconds, and you get them 750 gold.
Oh, okay, I see.
Alright? And then you also get the, you know, the vision advantage over mid lane, so that's really important.
You could have gotten a lot more.
Right. So I'm gonna skip around again because I wanna touch on your end game a little bit. Let me go to the next dragon fight. So what did I say? 24. Let's see if it's up. If it's up, I'm gonna be so disappointed. Oh my god, it is. Okay, you're doing the constant top push thing. This is what like you would do in elo boosting techniques, like Tryndamere, Nidalee, Teemo top, and never leave lane. Okay, so Mundo turns on Ghost. Does he have Flash too, or is it Ghost Ignite?
Ghost Ignite.
Okay. You should be like juking. Oh my god, he's never gonna. Wow, he's so sad right now. Okay, so bottom shoving. Report Nida. What? All right. You end up getting Spirit Visage. You have Executioner's Calling. I don't agree with that because they don't have anyone that's gonna be. You know what I mean? Like, maybe if they had, like, a Soraka with the Mundo, and then, I don't know, someone that uses Spell Vamp in mid, or, like, something, you know, I could kind of understand that. Especially if they had, like, a Draven going double Bloodthirster. I don't know. Executioner's Calling doesn't make any sense. You should have just gone Blade of the Ruined King, Static Shiv. Static Shiv.
Static Shiv, right.
Because of how you were split pushing and stuff. So the build doesn't really make that much sense. So now, you come bottom, but you come through the lane, which gives up the fact that I don't think you should be able to get a kill here. You might be able to, though. Okay, so you Blade of the Ruined King. You leap, you miss. This is really bad. But it doesn't matter because you get the kill anyway.
I think the reason I jumped was to dodge the Leona stun.
Okay, alright. I think that you could just jump on Varus, though. I don't think it would matter. I think you just would melt. So here you get Phage. Top lane shoving, Mundo's going across to mid. So now Mundo's going to shove mid lane. You're not checking on the turret's health in mid, which is bad. Basically, your mini-map awareness is really poor. This is something you have to work on.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
The other thing that I'm noticing is that every time you recall, you're not buying 2 wards. Now, it sounds really fucking stupid.
I'm very bad at.
Right. It sounds really fucking stupid, but every time you recall, buy 1 to 2 wards, no matter what. Just, like, fucking put a sticky note on your monitor. It doesn't matter if you're not even going to use them. You just want them. Because what happens if, like, for instance, right? Like, on this screen right here, okay? Say you're fighting someone right here, right? In front of your Nidalee. And they go into this bush. Do you want to actually have to walk into it to gain vision if your trap's on cooldown or something? No, you just want to shoot a ward into it and keep your chase going.
Rather spend 75 gold or whatever it is than
Right,
giving
exactly.
away.
Than giving away a kill.
Yeah.
There's so many different uses for the ward. You know what I mean? Even if you have 3 placed down, you still want to have 1 at your disposal unless you're on 6 items. And the reason for that is something that I just listed. Alright, so... hit play again. So now they're shoving mid. You just need to, you just need to keep throwing spears. When, all right. So let me rewind. This is something that's really easy against Leona. Okay. So when Leona is going to be coming in horizontal. Okay. Let me just get my colors set up. Okay. So when Leona is going to be coming in like this, you want to be dancing like this.
Like an S all the way.
Like an S, the entire way.
Alright.
If Leona was coming in like this, you would do the S whatever way. Okay? Now, obviously, when you get to higher levels and stuff, the Leona is aware that, you know, the S formation exists, and thus she'll be standing here, but she'll throw her spear here, because, why? Because if you, or, I'm sorry. She'll throw her spear here, because the S, it would have 2 chances to hit. It would be, like, the most probable, right? So, like, you know, stuff like that, you know, eventually becomes a problem, and that's, you know, that's why the greatest supports in the world are the greatest ones in the world, is they can read players that know that, yeah, it's a basic mind game. Like, Leona knows that Nidalee is going to move here, and she knows that Nidalee knows that she's going to move there, so Leona throws the spear where Nidalee knows that Leona will, it's just that back and forth until someone out-levels the opponent, like in terms of mind game.
Okay.
As far as kills the turret, they dive onto you. You didn't cast the heal onto Heimerdinger. That wasn't very polite. And now you're in Cougar form. They get away with kills. You guys get Leona. Karma was completely Mia. So was Draven. Oh, that... okay, so here... Alright, you're gonna fucking call me suicidal. Right here. See this? That's gonna explode again. Right? That's Karma's... Okay, that's gonna explode again.
Yeah.
If they walk into that, they're dead. Now, what happened? Would you trade your life for 3 of theirs? The answer is yes. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Draven is also coming up.
Because Draven's also coming up. He has W, and he has Karma's, I don't know the name in Korean. Bujok. I mean, I don't know it in English. Talisman of Ascension. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay? So, when this is happening, this is going to go off again. You're here. Okay? You need to leap in at them, right? And you have Blade of the Ruin King up. Okay? You have Blade up. So, Blade onto Cassiopeia to get the hook onto her. Like, she's not going to be able to run away. Cast Ignite onto... Is that... Who the hell is that? Is that Varus?
Varus, yeah.
Okay. Cast Ignite onto Varus. Varus will die as he walks back in. You yourself will kill Cassiopeia. And then Evelyn will probably be slowed and Mundo slowed. And Draven's W plus Karma's speed boost. They might even actually get all 4 kills. You may die if they all turn on you. If they all turn on you, say you jump in here and all 4 collapse, they're dead anyway. Draven just cleans them up. You will kill 2 of them with your Ignite and your Blade of the Ruin King, plus just getting off your abilities. Okay. All right. You have to be okay with dying if it means that it grants your team better positioning. Because right now the death timers are like what, 40 seconds. So if they go down here, and this isn't a wave, like these are just 2 minions, right? So the next wave is about to push. This wave's about to leave, but this wave's shoving here. So this wave's about like here. They can easily shove this all the way back, get tier 2, and then what time is it in game? It's 29? Is that 29?
Yeah.
I can't see it. It's 29?
Yeah, should be.
Okay, so that's 29. The next dragon's up at 31. By the time they do all of that, it's around 3.5 minutes. Dragon comes up at, what, 30:15, right? So by the time you get tier 2 tower, you come back, you rotate down to dragon, you get the ward off in this brush, you steal blue. If it's up, you collapse on dragon, you get it. This lane shoving, they have to deal with this, they have to deal with this. top lane innately is just going to be a big wave. That's just the term in Korean. Someone's going to have to go and pick it up. Most likely Heimerdinger or Jarvan will pick that up. And with that all going for you, you just recall down in the bottom brush and you buy new items. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. It definitely gives me a, how should I say?
Always be thinking a minute in advance. Always.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, these are all just... Yeah.
Like when you explained how the karma could have cut him off and me jumping in, like things like that. Basically just making decisions that improves your team.
Right. Right. Because basically this isn't karma's... You know what I mean? This isn't... If you were to give this an analogy, this is a spike pit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some of them might live if they jump on it, but a lot of them are going to fucking get their feet. You know what I mean? Like, the nail's going to go through their foot, they can't get out, and they die.
Yeah.
So that's basically what that is. It's like an acid pit, you know? So you basically tell them, do you want to jump or do you not want to jump? Because some people might, you know, they might live if they jump off the cliff, but not everyone's going to live. So it doesn't matter if you die because your team's going to get more gained out of it. Okay, so let's hit play again. And I just want to skip forward to Baron because the time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just want to see what happens. Okay, so everyone fucking lives. It was a happy ending after all. So, like... So
Yeah.
red team, what the hell? Oh my god, karma. Okay. See, that would have happened on one of the... Oh my god, Draven. Karma has her ult up too. I don't know what's going on. Alright, so... He chases. He throws that, but that was terrible. I'm just gonna... He gets the kill anyway, so it doesn't matter. But, I could have rewind to just show you where he should have thrown. Do you want me to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any information is fine.
Okay. I'm gonna pause. Yep. So Mundo's movement speed. Ooh. Alright. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So right now, Mundo just went into the brush. So his character is here. Right. So by the time Draven is here, Mundo should be around here, because he has to go around the brush, right? And his character's size. So when Draven gets here, he should throw his axes here. But what he does is he throws it here, okay? And the hitbox is like this, so it misses, and that's why when Draven turns the corner, Mundo is finally inside the hitbox.
Okay.
Alright? Yeah, like, that's just terrible. Like, when he throws that, like... Sorry. Yeah, like Keith, like that's just terrible. Like Mundo's right above him right now. Like right.
So he
yeah.
pretty much.
Right.
Just
He missed. He missed. He mistimed it. That's all.
Yeah.
But you always want to just be like thinking about like the character's movement speed.
Mm.
Alright, so you guys cleaned up. Alright, so now he's gonna recall, you know, Leon drops a ward. You're going to top lane immediately, and I don't really get why. Or at least that seemed to be your movement path. So right now, one thing that I'm noticing about you as the game persists is you're not tabbing frequently to see itemization builds, because that tells you when people are going to be completing their Core 2, Core 3, Core 4 items. It also lets you know when people are getting close to completing, whatchamacallit, their, oh my god. They're like Guardian Angel, if they're going to go for that. Because Guardian Angel is very prevalent inside of Baron fights. Also, apparently, the timer was completely off, so what I was saying earlier is actually incorrect. I thought it was 29. Remember when I was asking you when they were all clumped up, is it 29 minutes? I couldn't see it because of the YouTube thing was over it. But so I would have been wrong actually in what I'm saying. So delete what I said about pushing up mid and going back to Dragon, because it would have been an incorrect call, because Dragon would not have been up. But pushing mid would have been correct. Swinging back down to bot, clearing blue, and reshoving bot wave, that would be the new alternative. Because I didn't have a visual on the time. Okay, so this is kind of dead space right here. Okay, and when dead space is going on, you always just want to be asking yourself, what should I be doing? Right?
Yeah.
So 2 people die, you continue to shove top, you have Blade of the Ruin King, you have Phage, so it's not like a ton of attack speed. Now, what do you notice about Evelyn? While you're doing this, in between your autos, your left eye should get, you should look at his you know, the minimap, right? Your left
Yeah.
eye should always be on the minimap. Because it's brainless to CS right now. You don't need to be doing anything. Now, Mundo comes up here. You don't have Blade of the Ruin King. You're not moving in an S, which, I mean, I guess is fine. He misses his thing. So they're at Baron. Cassiopeia throws down her thing. Okay, let me go over something with you really quick, because you have Cassiopeia without having to use your flash. Okay, see this?
Did I poison it?
Okay. Alright. So, the poison thing goes down here, right? Now, this will hit you. So there's nothing left for you to dodge. She missed the miasma, and she's extended too far forward for the miasma to protect her. Now, within about 3 seconds, the miasma will come out to here, but you can suffer that damage because Mundo still won't be inside of it if you elect to jump into her. Now, we can see on the minimap, Heimerdinger has cut off any sort of reinforcements coming from Varus and stuff, and Heimerdinger is relatively good on HP. He could also drop down the big auto turret, which would completely negate Evelyn, Varus, or, you know, Leona's ability to help out Cassiopeia or Mundo. So when this happens, you can technically dodge this if you flash into her, if you want to dodge it, but your HP is so high that you don't need to, and the fact that W will be up, you have Spirit Visage, Negatron, you don't really need to do that, especially with Blade of the Ruin King. You need to leap into her, okay? And I'm pretty sure your leap's AoE will hit her, claw her, auto her, transform into human, spear her to the face. Right? You need to ask her how javelins feel, you know, inside of her little spider, whatever it is. And, or not spider, snake. So anyways,
Yeah.
You kill her, okay? By the time you kill her, right, you're gonna be kiting, you're gonna finish the death right around here. This is gonna be the region that you finish at, this big green blob, alright? Mundo will have been right around here. He will probably hit a cleaver on you. Alright? By the time this is all finished, Ignite's probably at around 18 seconds, maybe 17 seconds or something. And because of that, you have two choices. It depends on how Heimerdinger is zoning out Varus, Leona, and Evelyn. But you could elect to go on to Mundo with Blade of the Ruin King and do a little kite dance and then try to extend the fight until Ignite's up and chase him back through his jungle and potentially kill him. The more safer route, if you're just trying to climb up Elo and stuff, is just to take the kill and get out.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Alright, and you can keep Blade up. You don't need to do anything. But we know that you flash over the wall and stuff. But flash isn't necessary in any of these situations. You could have just killed her.
I feel that I
You would
also
have
need
just melted
to
her.
improve
Yeah, you would have just melted her.
my use of the summoner spells. I misuse them a lot.
Also, you want to maximize efficiency. In between cooldowns, if you can't get away from him, just attack. Oh, do you get away? Do you know how to do this? Do you know how to do this jump?
No, it fails.
Oh, it does?
No, I don't think. No, since Evelyn is coming up the.
Yeah, it wouldn't have
the
mattered.
dragon
It wouldn't have
pits,
mattered,
yeah.
but you should still. Yeah, okay. Okay. Alright. So now we're just gonna fast forward a little bit. You guys get mid turret, you're moving up mid, all 5 of you in mid. Cassiopeia. What is this? Cassiopeia shows up in right lane. Varus shows up in top. Go to Baron. Just go Baron. Right now, this should be Baron. And Heimerdinger should set up his 3 little fucking turrets inside the river. Cassiopeia, by the time... Okay, so if you guys all go Baron, considering Blade of the Ruin King, Draven, Heimerdinger, Jarvan, that clear time, Carva's ability to deny... Yeah, let me show you something. This is so easy. Alright. Alright, so if you all go Baron right now, right? Cassiopeia's like what? She's like here? This little blue dot? Okay, now we don't know if she's getting blue. I can't see the fucking game timer again because YouTube is wonderful. Okay, so basically you all go Baron. Heimerdinger sets up his... I'm gonna just use the green to draw his little turrets. So he sets up a turret, 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 right? Like a little wall. Okay?
Yeah.
And then by the time everyone gets there, he'll probably have 2 more charges, so he can just place down charges again. Okay? Varus is going to clear this wave, and then he's going to come over here, see that people are at Baron, and then he's going to be positioned over at red. By the time you guys are doing Baron and stuff, Cassiopeia will be here, in mid. By the time she gets here, she now has to wait on casting Miasma, or whatever, like twice, which is 6 seconds in game time, and she has to kill the turrets. So this would just be a Baron call. You should just be spamming Baron, and this should be the setup. This is the timing. They can't contest because of the stuff that I just listed. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. Since we had both on the Monday minimap, and we could have just...
Right, and then bottom shoving.
Yeah.
So, you know, everything's fine. And Karma can zone them out with her her big circle thing. I don't know I don't know any of these things' names in English. Jesus. It's terrible.
And Varus is still top, so...
Alright, Varus is still top, so now you should just shove bot and kill bot tower. Just jump in. Yep, CS this wave. Yep, someone just mentioned in chat, use left side minimap, man. You're special, man. No one told you otherwise. Oh, they have Baron. Oh, no, they don't. The hell is that on Evelyn? Oh, that's just the skin. Oh, no, they have Baron, yeah. The fuck? You guys didn't have Baron timer? Okay, that's really weird. Or, you... Alright. That's weird.
Here's what I mess up, if I remember correctly.
Okay. Well, that's a spear. What? No, throw the spear first! Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh. Alright, well, you got the kill anyway, but that was pretty sloppy.
It was really bad mechanically.
You didn't have to use Ignite. For sure, you did not have to use Ignite. With all that MR, you could have just speared her, jumped in at her, and stuck to her. You didn't have to use Ignite. Blade of the Ruin King would have been more than enough. Now Varus is coming for you, you should spear him in the face. You should have turned into human form, speared him. You're just gonna opt to run away. That's fine. He can't really catch you.
I think he has like 16 kills at this point.
Oh my god. Jeez. Wow, okay. Well. I would just turn your Negatron into GA. Oh, you sold it. At this point, you can get Iceborne Gauntlet. Just become like a tank CC. Frozen Heart doesn't make any sense. Because okay, when you get Frozen Heart, you want to ask yourself, Frozen Heart versus Iceborne Gauntlet. Why are you getting Frozen Heart over Iceborne Gauntlet? Technically, Iceborne Gauntlet deals more damage while still giving you some of the sort of the same tankiness, right? It's not too much armor difference. It's effectively a cloth armor, so 300 gold difference in terms of armor value. But Frozen Heart slows the attack speed of people around you, you know, by 20%, whatever. So, I'm sorry, it gives you 20% CDR. It slows the attack speed of, you know, it reduces the attack speed of people around you in a certain radius. So, that radius is like 500 range, right? Or 600. And because of that, you want to use it against champions that are extremely reliant on close distance auto attacks. Vayne, Sivir, Graves. You know what I mean? Like, you want to use it on these champions that are heavily dependent. Now, if there's no one else in the team that is heavily affected by this, you just don't want to get it in general. You don't need the CDR right now on Nidalee. You have Spirit Visage, that's granting you 10%. You can get Blue Elixir, that's another 10%. You have 5% through Masteries, that's 25%. You can get Blue Buff, 35%. You don't really... You know what I mean? You don't need the CDR from Frozen Heart, the 20%. By getting Iceborne Gauntlet, okay, you would enable yourself to have slowing. You would enable yourself to have more kiting. You would enable yourself to have more sticking because Blade of the Ruin King obviously has, you know, its cooldown and stuff. But basically, in this situation, it doesn't make sense to get Frozen Heart. You have a Phage, which, you know, is slowing, but what Yungpung is saying in chat about he can go for Triforce, that is entirely a possibility. I disagree with the Rondoing thing, if you were thinking about that as another option, because Rondoing, yes, it slows the attack speed of people around you, it gives you 500 HP, it gives you a high armor value. No one's really affected on this team by Rondoing's passive. Mundo's damage comes from his percentage damage, from his W and his Q, and the fact that, yes, he autos you occasionally, but that's not Mundo's purpose. Varus, he's like a hybrid in the sense that he has really high damage output from his spells, and he has a lot of utility inside of his kit, and his auto attacks are a fair enough range. Cassiopeia and Evelyn, They kind of are affected by Ronduins, but not to the same degree that it would be worth, it would be worth getting. Now, if they had someone that was a top laner that was much more reliant on auto attacks, or, they had a jungler that was reliant on auto attacks, like a Lee Sin or something, you could definitely warrant getting it. But the argument for getting Trinity Force is fine here, actually. But the Frozen Heart is never okay in this situation, ever.
Okay, I see.
Alright?
Yeah.
Let me speed this up. Just jump around. Alright. So now, stuff to be doing is, tabbing more frequently, again, just to check on items and stuff. Remind yourself of what people have, if, you don't remember.
Yeah.
Oh my god, if Karma goes down here... Oh, is she gonna get it? Okay, getting the kill on Mundo is pretty big here. You get the spear? Nice, you get max distance. So now you need to get back to mid. Heimerdinger can't hold, you need to protect Heimer. Protect the Dinga! Alright, Evelyn... Oh my god. Jeez. Alright. So here your kiting is pretty bad. Like, I think it would be kind of hard for me to tell you how to do it better because it's being done in melee. So I would have to outline it better, but also it's because you would need synergy with Heimerdinger. So it's kind of awkward for me to explain how to do it better, but basically you should be moving in a circle there, just to dodge Lana and maximize efficiency against Evelyn, because you can't really get away from Hate Spike in that situation. So you guys get the double kill, okay, and then Mundo's also down, but you guys traded Heimerdinger and Karma for it. So you guys have Draven, Jarvan, you, against Cassiopeia, Varus, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Baron's up. You guys could easily just go to Baron, because the death timers are very similar on everyone. I believe Karma comes up a little bit faster than, so... Okay. Baron's up. You guys should have just gotten Baron. See this? This is a mistake. So this is for your own personal gain. You see how Draven and Jarvan are in bot? When you show 2 bot like this, if you even show 1 bot, the whole enemy team can just get to Baron, and because of the items that everyone has here, like you see, like Varus, Bloodthirster, Infinity Edge, Last Whisper, Phantom Dancer, right? And Evelyn over there, she has percentage-based damage, she has, true damage going on, like, she has just fucking everything. And then obviously Cassiopeia has laundries and stuff, so it deals percentage damage. They will shred Baron in like 10 seconds. So the fact that anyone even shows bottom is just a complete mistake. So if you're ever in this situation, you're playing AD carry because you're forced into it, you're playing in jungle, or you want to go and pick up a big wave at bot, you can't. You just simply can't. You need to be full-on Baron control, Baron dancing right now. So shove this wave. Shoving this wave is okay, because you're near Baron. You can easily get to Baron. Right? And you have that ward down at Baron, so you know if they're gonna, elect to go for it. But that should be the clear thought right now. Now, mid-shoving, Jarvan effectively shoved. Never thought I'd see the day that someone besides me would do Executioner's Calling. Well, yeah, you shouldn't have built that. You should, to be completely honest, you would have better off just been going hybrid and going Blade of the Ruin King, Morella Nomicons. At that point. Not versus Saint.
Lesson I've learned.
Alright, this Karma, just put her on ignore, because what she's saying is wrong. Well, what she said, the first thing's not wrong, but her second thing is wrong. You don't get Executioners calling me so because someone gets a Bloodthirster. No, sorry. Part of Bloodthirster's power comes from the fact that it's AD. Alright, anyways, okay, so he steals Baron. You need to, thank Jarvan. You're electing to push top instead of going to the team fight. This is a really bad call, because if your team doesn't properly disengage, which you shouldn't trust that they should, or you shouldn't trust that they will because they're gold, right? And they just want to fight. So don't trust lower elo players to not want to fight, because lower elo players and lower EQ players, and EQ is emotional quotient. It's basically the IQ form of your emotions. Lower EQ individuals will always just want to fight, and they will also always blame things on enemies because they can't have foresight on objective control and stuff. So imagine if they steal Baron, you trade Jarvan's life for Baron and top tower, and then you can get out of this, right? You don't actually have to stay here after you get top tower. You could have made it out by running down through the right side of the base. Yeah. Right? You would have taken a lot of damage, but you would have made it out. They would not have been able to catch you. So if you do that, you trade Baron, so 1,500 global gold. Then you trade Baron's buffs, so 40 ability power, 40 attack power, increased mana and health regen. Okay? So that by itself is about close to 8,000 gold for the team, while Baron buff is active. So it's about an 8,000 gold buff to the team for 3 minutes. And then you trade 750 gold, so 2,250 gold spread across the team, just on that trade, for Jarvan's life. Jarvan's life, even with the kill and the assists spread out through the team, it still doesn't warrant that for the red team. You make it out alive, you recall, you stall at mid until Jarvan's up, okay, and that would be it.
Okay, yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. I can't explain it now. I'm trying to find the English word for it. But yeah, I definitely understand your point of it. Never die without getting anything for it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the layman terms. Alright, so let me fast forward again. So I'm just trying to get like basic things that I can help you with before this ends. Okay, fight. Nice. I can really do this. Okay, so Jarvan goes in. He ults in. Heimerdinger throws his ulti stun. Now, okay, your camera is bad here. You need to position your camera over the center of your screen. Also, something I guess I can ask you that I didn't ask in the beginning of the game is, do you ever look at your avatar, like your character, when in lane phase?
Not too often.
Okay, good. Always keep your eyes on the opponent. You should like be having an eye staring contest with Mundo. Like in the laning phase, like levels 1 through, 12 or whatever, just like have an eye staring contest with Mundo. Like you want to look at him like he's eye candy. Like your eyes never want to leave Mundo, because what that'll do is your subconscious, by nature will also be reading into his psychological movements. Because you'll just be tracking all of his patterns with your eyes, because you want to develop your muscle memory so that you always know where your champion is based on your mouse clicks. You never have to look at your mouse cursor, you never have to look at your champion, ever. Right? So your screen always wants to be in the most efficient position possible to gain you the most information that you can currently use based on your positioning. So right here, this screen's incorrect. It should totally just be, like, literally on top of Jarvan, because you just want to see all of the enemies. You can know that you're at the bottom left corner of your screen. You don't actually have to see yourself.
Yeah.
Right? So it's actually bad in League of Legends to be the center of attention. So people go down here. You guys... Nice! That was a really good fight. Did you heal? Okay, well, he lived. Alright, good. And I assume you guys just push for the win here? Because you guys have to go down, right? No, ignore bottom. Well, Jarvan went back, but... Okay, whatever.
I'm not too sure if this is the last, push.
Right. If this isn't the last push, then you rotate top, you get the tower. Well, wait, no, that... You guys can end, you guys can end, you guys can end! Oh, no, you can't, Evelyn, sorry. Alright, so why didn't everyone just rotate top and get that inhib? Tell me you get the inhib. Please tell me you get the inhib. Okay. And now what you need to do is you need to back out, you need to get red, you need to get blue, dragon, you're blue, wolves, right, wraiths, recall, and reshove up mid. And you notice that bot's shoving, right? So even if they reshove bot, bot would still continue reshoving right here. Like where my mouse is moving back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay, you see that? On the minimap?
I see that. Yeah.
Okay. Also, you should tab and see if your team has 2 sweeping lenses. If they don't, you should definitely pick one up at this point.
Yeah, that's... I don't usually upgrade my trinket. I think that's something you should do, like if you split push a lot, get the stealth wood, right?
yeah. But you should always just upgrade the trinket no matter what.
Yeah. Okay.
The longer the game goes, you always want to have like a nice 3-sweeper team, because everyone can just get their wards, and then if your support's playing the way that they're supposed to, then they should have a sightstone and stuff, and it's not too difficult. Okay, so here you're all elixired up, so that's good. You should have just rebought the elixirs because you essentially hit max build, and you're not electing to go GA. So it would have been okay to just refill up the elixirs, because otherwise your gold is just useless. Also, because your gold is now essentially useless, stop taking CS, because your other teammates might not have hit max build. Okay, now this is wrong. You're all shoving mid, but you guys should all just be shoving bot, because if you all shove bot, right, the super minions coming from mid and top will eventually demand attention from someone, right? And then it temporarily gives you like a 5v4 at bottom turret, and then you have a siege comp, effectively, because you have Karma that can shoot her long range thing that explodes at first, and then it explodes again later, and then also you have Nidalee's spears. So this is just a grievous misplay. You all just go bot. Like, this is what I meant earlier about the low EQ comment, is people just want to fight, and it's so incorrect. It doesn't matter, because this team doesn't seem to understand how to engage. Like, Vara's coming in from behind, and Mundo coming in straight across, and... Okay, so now that they have one down, Jarvan should probably actually just tank bottom turret. Hopefully he does. So you get the GA out on Varus. Leona Zenith's on. She solar flares, and that should be it.
Yeah, this is game.
Now, if you do not get Evelyn, Mundo, or Leona right here, you need to just tank bottom turret and get inhib. Okay, it doesn't matter. Game over. Alright, GG. The fuck? It doesn't matter if you used Bork on Evelyn when he was full HP. It creates a slow on Evelyn after she already used W. She's not going to get away. That doesn't even matter at that point. You just want to press for as much damage as possible, because even if she's using Home Guard, she's not going to be able to get back in time, because the Home Guard is still going to be on cooldown. Well, the battle accumulation is going to be on cooldown. I'm just talking to the chat. Okay, so, do you have questions that I can answer for you?
Not really. I think I've been writing down everything you've mentioned. So about a lot of the early game stuff when it comes to laning, dancing, and poking correctly.
Okay, that works then.
Yeah.
So we'll do the next lesson then in like a week, or we can do it later on this week or something. And just like the VOD will be up on my Twitch. You can look back at it for stuff that I've said, and yeah.
Yeah, I think I've gotten a good grasp of the things I need to improve on. So.
All right, man. I will. I'll talk to you next week then.
Yeah,
Okay? If
thank
you
you.
have any questions or whatever on Skype, just ask, and I'll respond to them when I can.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Later. See you. Bye. All right. So that was the coaching session. Oh. Oh shit. Alright, so anyways, this will be up on Twitch. I'm gonna go now. I'm probably gonna stream Heroes of the Storm relatively shortly, probably in the next 30 minutes or so. So you can come back for that. If not, then you can just watch me when I stream League or something. Alright, I hope you guys really enjoyed the lesson. This is the first time I ever streamed a LoL coaching lesson. This is also not as in-depth as I can go, because the person only got 2 hours, so I tried to maximize efficiency for his time so that he's getting the most out of his value. So, you know, there's different coaching methods and approaches that I use, and also if the person is not intaking information or he feels like he could be coached better, I always try to let them tell me so that I'm able to just change my way of coaching, because throughout the years of coaching, because I've been doing it since 2010, I've developed various different methods, but I believe this one to be the best because I've had the most success for this. So hope you guys all enjoyed it, and I hope he actually got stuff out of it and he's not just being nice, but I hope you know, it works out for him and stuff. So I'll be back soon in about 30 minutes with Heroes of the Storm, and this VOD will be up on Twitch and also my YouTube. So yeah, alright, later guys, bye.